Oh my god, he's back for a third time. Yep, third video today. Not going to upload them all on the same day, but I wanted to talk about some of the GS shirts that I have. And these pertain again to the British Cold War, so this is going in a playlist with all my other Cold War videos with the British kit. So we're going to start at the earliest and work our way down. Over here is what is colloquially called by collectors the 51 or 52 pattern GS shirt, KF shirt. It's technically a KF, it's khaki flannel. But as you can see, this is probably not been made like that. At least not completely open. So as you can see, there is a button hole here with the button missing. A lot of the buttons on this shirt are missing. This actually doesn't fit me, but this is just something I have in the collection as an original that I'll use at displays. But as you can see, it comes to a point right here. So what that tells me, what that really means is that this was one of the late World War II shirts, at least as far as the pattern goes. The tag says 1952. And size 3. Just if you can see that. There we go. So these are made and they're pullovers. They stop right here. But they need something to go with the new combat clothing they want to change. Or this individual did this themselves, but there are other shirts that are like this and they were made like that, or at least altered in this way. It's called a 51 or 52 pattern by collectors. So they're just modified, essentially late World War II KF shirts. You see this type of shirt with the officers a lot. They come down to here with the collar in World War II. The enlisted men obviously have the collarless for most of the war. But as you can tell, this is not a wartime shirt as far as World War II goes. And this is an enlisted man's shirt. So those chevrons came on the shirt. I got this for 15 pounds off eBay, which is about $20. And that's about all it's worth. We're missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 buttons. The collar is in tatters, but the buttons on the epaulets are still there, so that's good. The buttons on the cuffs, surprisingly, still there. Now, we're going to move forward in time to the 70s. So a shirt like this would have been worn through the 50s and 60s. There was another variant like this called the 64 pattern by collectors, but instead of stopping here, it was actually completely opened all the way down. So instead of making this cut on the pullovers, this line, I don't know, any of you tailors, let me know what that is, if it's just a gig line or whatever. Instead of coming to a point here, would just come straight down like a normal shirt. And that's known as the 64 pattern, at least in collector circles. I don't know if there was any official designation. If there was, someone please just let me know. But heading forward to the 70s, since those two shirts are basically the same aside from the one cut, we have the Harry Mary khaki flannel, but it's green. This is the one everyone knows. If you've seen Lad's Army, instead of wearing the brown caramel khaki flannel under their BD, they actually wear this. So it's a 70s shirt, not a 50s shirt, for you history nerds out there that talk about stuff like that. I'm one of those. I notice it. But this is one of the newer ones sent to me. I got two of them from a friend of mine. This is, again, a size 3, but this one actually fits me. This size 3 does not. This one does. If you don't know, I'm a 42 in the chest, 42 regular, so pretty big. And the Brits aren't exactly that big, at least not back then. And a lot of the stuff that pops up is tiny. All the buttons are here. This is a very comfortable shirt to wear by itself, even being wool. It'll take some getting used to. You could wear a tank top under it, but still pretty comfortable. They use these all the way up till the mid-80s, and some guys told me they actually never got the new GS shirt. They still wore this. But speaking of the GS shirt, voila. So this is a replacement for the Harry Mary, and a lot of guys did use these in the late 80s, early 90s. They turn up a lot. You see them a lot in photographs in Ulster of guys in the summer. Not the ones on duty, obviously. But, you know, you see them in warm areas being worn as just a shirt. They're worn under the Smocks 84 pattern, the early Soldier 95s. But this is kind of the terminus for Cold War. This one does fit me. It's a little narrow, but it does fit. All the buttons, again, are here. And the buttons have changed to that style from this. So the Hail Mary button on that one is essentially the same as that, roughly. They're just depressed. They're different colors. These are completely different. But there you go, a quick little video on the shirts of the British soldier in the Cold War. I am missing the 64 pattern. I do want to get one for the collection. For you reenactors that want to reenact early British Army of the Rhine with 60 pattern combat smocks, what you can do, if you're in the US, go to What Price Glory. If you're in the UK, go to Soldier of Fortune, or whichever one you prefer, really. And get the World War II officer shirt, which, like I said, is essentially this, but it stops as a pullover and doesn't open up. Take it to a tailor, have them open up this seam, and put a buttonhole there. That'll get you a good workaround for a reproduction shirt, because as you can see, this original is not in very good condition. It's better than trying to hide that shirt, because that shirt came in after 68, or with 68 pattern, excuse me. So you really wouldn't see that shirt worn a whole lot with 60 pattern, or definitely not before. So for anyone who wants a workaround to get a caramel shirt, the right khaki flannel color, that's the workaround I found that works. It might be a little more expensive than just buying a shirt off the rack from a vendor, but like I said, they're not being reproduced. You don't want to wear an original because they are in pretty bad condition. But until then, and until next time, keep your ammo dry and that bayonet shining.